truly the best way to fight evil. Destroy them so they never come back, banish them into another dimension or into hell, basically. Nah, man. No evil problems can't be solved with the deliciousness of a toaster waffle. Nothing comes close to even sacrificing the greater good of the world for a toaster waffle. Evil forces always bow down to the evil forces, to the great force of the waffle. No one, and I repeat, no one ever back down to a delicious waffle if you offer them one. I mean, the world balance doesn't always hand on a waffle, does it? Come to think of it, nowadays a waffle is so damn expensive that the world might hang on the balance of a waffle. That joke honestly had made more sense than I have expected it to. I need to stop and think about what life I've begun here. Greetings, geeks and nerds, I'm Lazy Universe, and I'm White and Nerdy. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a top 10, and I'm gonna try to at least accomplish one every month if I can. But coming to November and also December, there's going to be a lot of top 10, so I'm just warning you ahead of time. But since I actually own the actual series and my video is actually going up tomorrow night, let's talk about my favorite episodes of Teen Titans. Now, as the same for the top 10, first of all, it is my top 10, so if none of your favorite episodes come up on here, I apologize in advance, but this is just my top 10 favorite episodes. Number 2, I'm just doing this for fun, and I think that these top 10 are very fun. They're very time consuming too, because sometimes I spend 2.5 hours to 3 hours just putting one of these together. Seriously, because I take breaks in between every now and again, like I get a drink or whatever. And also, finally, number 3, please do not go, well, you should have added episode insert here on the list. Guys, this is just my list. I know that a lot of people are not going to be happy with me because I put on so many different episodes on this list. This is just my personal top 10, and I know that this reflects upon so many other people's top 10, but I'm just doing this for fun. This is not meant basically for views, which surprisingly enough, even though I'm not monetized or a YouTube partner or in the YouTube partnership program, I get a bunch of views on my videos that I never ever thought I'd see when I first started YouTube, basically 10 plus years ago on my first channel, which is no longer existent. You guys are awesome in the best of ways, so this video is also for you, my fellow Teen Titans. So with this out of the way, let's start the countdown. And let's begin the countdown. Titans, go! Number 10. Mad Mod. I'm starting to list off with the first episode of Teen Titans that I saw. The Titans awaken in a classroom and they're all in seemingly detention, but in the grips of Mad Mod. Mod is this hysterical madman that is basically hell-bent on teaching children lessons, and the lesson being, don't mock teacher. Mad Mod gets all the Titans involved into hypnotizing them. Not only that, he is hell-bent on having the Titans beg to at every whim. Teen Titans in School, or Mad Mod, or Detention, is a great episode, and I really do like the dynamics of this episode. It's pretty funny, and all around my favorite episode. Plus, the hidden talent of Malcolm McDowell as Mad Mod really makes the villain shine more in my eyes for being a classic episode.
Of course you are, my duckies. Class is over, and you lot haven't learned a thing. That's a failing grade for each blooming one.
While actual detention really does suck, this episode does not, and I highly recommend that you watch it. Even if you're not a Titan fan, just give it a watch and have a good laugh. Number 9. Homecoming 2-parter. While a lot of you know Beast Boy as the fun-loving shapeshifter of the Teen Titans, you should actually know that his origins actually debuted in the Doom Patrol, and this episode shines at showing his true origin. Back in the past, Beast Boy was working with the Doom Patrol, of course on a duty to try and get the mad plans of the Mad Brain to be done with. But because Beast Boy was younger at the time, the Doom Patrol was kidnapped and Beast Boy is left with two decisions: stop the Brain or save his family and the ones that he loves. Beast Boy had made the alternative choice to save his family, having Negative Man destroy the Brain's project in the process as the Brain and Mallah run away. Furious and upset about the loss, Mento decides to blame Beast Boy, even though Beast Boy was a new member of the team at the time, and Mento takes out his frustration on the young team member. 5 months later, a Doom Patrol recruit bot, I guess, wants to recruit Beast Boy yet again, as he needs to go and look for his once true team, the Doom Patrol. Only to find Robot Man and the other team members have been captured and had been tortured for 5 months by the Brain. Homecoming is an awesome episode. The reason why I'm into the Doom Patrol as much is because of this episode, believe it or not. Yeah, this episode was the birth of the animated forms of the Doom Patrol, and I have never felt prouder to get to know them. Though yes, I enjoy the story of this episode, what really gets me in this episode is the voice acting, primarily from Greg Stipes, who really had a lot of moments in this episode or two-parter to shine. Want to watch a great episode with an amazing team-up? I highly recommend the Homecoming two-parter. You will not be disappointed by how damn good this team-up truthfully really is. Number 8. Deep Six. Boats upon the high open seas are under attack by a mysterious force who keeps stealing radioactive materials. What he wants them for is the big mystery behind this episode. Hearing about this big mystery, the Titans decide to go and check it out and to see what exactly is sinking these ships and stealing the radioactive materials that they just need for the experiment. While discovering the interloper, they discover another person that is actually interesting to the Teen Titans folklore, the one and only Aqualad, who decides to help the Titans. Aqualad tells the teenage team that there's a man named Trident who wants to steal these radioactive materials, yet Aqualad doesn't know the reason, and Aqualad seemingly steals the heart of the team, which makes Beast Boy jealous. This episode is my favorite because this was the second episode that I remember seeing at the time as the Teen Titans aired, and I also love it because of the banter between Beast Boy and Aqualad. Also, if you can believe it or not, this episode was handled by the one and only Marv Wolfman, the co-creator of the new Teen Titans, and this makes this episode shine just a little bit more in my heart. This episode is full of great moments, great laughs, great cheers, and especially a lot of good times to roll within this episode, and you should check it out, especially if you have the chance. Especially if you want to hear the voice talent of Will Wheaton as Aqualad, and I gotta say, he gets a huge thumbs up for me.
Okay, dude, what is your problem?
What is your problem? We're supposed to be on the same side, but you treat me like an enemy.
I don't need you on my side.
Number 7. Sisters. This episode opens on a date with Starfire and Robin. What is more to love than Starfire being with Robin? They are meant to be together. Stop ruining it! However, this doesn't get better when Starfire is under attack by a pink squid dildo. And I cannot believe I used the word pink squid dildo in a YouTube video. After the attack, Starfire realizes who comes to visit her, her own sister Blackfire, voiced by Hendon Welch herself, who does an amazing double voice acting job here.
When we were little, I was always rescuing Starfire. Sister! Brought you a present.
While everything seems to be terrific at first, there's something more to why Starfire's sister just magically happens to show up and start visiting the Titans. Particularly, she tried to get the Titans involved in things that they wouldn't normally do because they're a superhero team, but deep down inside, they're still teenagers. Starfire starts to become jealous of her own sister, because it happens, and starts to talk to Robin about her sister joining the team and her possibly going somewhere aside from the team. After Blackfire helps the team out by destroying some pink dildo demons, it happens, Cyborg actually tells her that she should join the team, which makes Starfire pissed off. That is until, thanks to alien bounty hunters, I'm not joking, explaining to them that Blackfire is actually behind a lot of crimes in space that she committed and is trying to blame Starfire. Sisters is a great episode about deception, deceit, and what it truly means to be a sibling. And as an older brother and a younger brother, I can admit I've had several of these moments. Sisters is one hell of an awesome episode with a great story and spectacular voice acting all the way around. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend that you should give it one time watch. Number 6. Lightspeed. But in fact, this episode had nothing to do with the Teen Titans. It's centered around the High Five, out of all things. But, yeah, pretty funny. The team was going out on a hike when all of a sudden they're stopped by a mysterious interloper, someone who can run very, very fast, as the team starts to look for who it possibly could be. Whoever it is left Jinx with a gift. What gift, you might be asking? The gift of a beautiful pink rose as beautiful as the pink Jinxer. But no matter what crime that they seem to do, the High Five keeps getting stopped and stopped and stopped by this mysterious interloper who hadn't shown his face. Coincidence out of coincidences, it happened to be Kid Flash. The name of this episode is Lightspeed, so you should have expected at least the Flash or Kid Flash to be the main hero. I've always had a soft spot for Kid Flash, so when this episode actually aired, I was very much into it because Kid Flash is one of my favorite Teen Titans members, and this episode does him justice. You know what's even better than that? Michael Rosenbaum voices the kid version of himself. This is so awesome.
Only one problem with that plan, big guy. You have to catch me first. Miss me? Miss me again? Nope.
Lightspeed is such a damn good episode, and it's a problem that there weren't more of them like these that focus on other Titans aside from the actual Teen Titans that are on the show. But also, it does make you feel for the High Five, who want to become more recognized in doing thievery and kidnapping superheroes, which unfortunately they don't get what they want. This also sets up the relationship for Kid Flash and Jinx, and I gotta say, I honestly love the relationship between Kid Flash and Jinx. They're so damn cute. Number 5. The Beast Within. While on a fight with one random villain, Adonis, the Titans seemingly have the upper hand. That is until Beast Boy gets relatively pissed off with the man. Adonis had the upper hand with the other Titans. Beast Boy apparently goes beast mode and he takes out Adonis by himself, which had to be no easy task. However, while Beast Boy is beating the entire shit and fucking crap out of Adonis, he knocks him into a mysterious canister full of green liquid. This seemingly changes beloved green shapeshifter as he starts becoming more violent and more, fearsome towards the entire Titan team, and I gotta hand it to Greg Sipe for doing a great job. You'd also be happy to know that the mysterious green liquid just so happened to turn Beast Boy and Adonis into werewolves. I'm not even joking. The Beast Within had one of my favorite stories for Beast Boy, and especially it really shows just how well that this character can be well delivered, especially with the voice of Greg Sipes behind him.
Don't wait for me.
The Beast Within is one very impressive, damn good story, which should be well received by more Titan fans, especially if they like this episode, and especially if they like Beast Boy. And also this episode hints at the relationship, or the future relationship, between Beast Boy and Raven, and I highly have to approve. Check out this episode if you haven't seen it yet. Number 4. Hide and Seek. While trying to destroy and take down the Brotherhood of Evil and recruit more recruiters, Robin sends Raven to go and pick up some of the said recruiters off at a bus stop. Much to Raven's surprise, or minor disappointment, the team happened to be a group of young children brought together for Raven to assemble and take to a church. However, Raven's not happy that she had to babysit a group of young superheroes, but instead she does it for the good of the team and meets up with her children's superhero. Our children's superhero just happened to be Teether, the youngest one, Timmy Tantrum, the one with the orange hair, and Melvin, who has a best friend, or imaginary friend that only she can see, named Bobby. Similar to Wolf Children, I love this episode because it shows off the family dynamic and especially showing how good that Raven can be as a big sister or a babysitter. Of course, the entire time being hunted down by Major Mala, who wants the superhero kids for some reason that's never explained in the episode. Hide and Seek is a terrific episode that really gets across just how well done that a story can be handled, and Tara Strong's voice acting really does deliver a great story. I can speak for a lot of other brothers and sisters, and also probably some parents out there, that, yes, sometimes taking care of children can be a handful, but the delivery after that you take care of them is so worth it. This is just one hell of an amazing episode that was greatly crafted, greatly handled, and greatly voice acted. I love Hide and Seek, and it's one of my all-time favorites. Also, do you love The Incredibles or The Fantastic Four? You do? Well, this group of young children with superpowers should fucking impress you because they all have superpowers. Also, Bobby is real. Bobby happens to be a giant teddy bear with superhuman strength. That's awesome! I think I've said enough about this episode, but it really does bear repeating that you guys should go and watch this episode if you can. It is a great episode. It really gets across just how much being a babysitter or a big sibling really does mean to people. Number 3. The sum of his parts. While out on a picnic with his fellow Titans, Cyborg seems to be handling himself pretty well for the most part. That is, until Cyborg's battery reserve happens to die. And he dies right at the worst time, my fellow viewers. He dies while trying to catch a football. Why do I get the feeling that this actually happens in the goddamn NFL? But, while visiting a boy, who also has a prosthetic, Cyborg begins to realize that he's not as normal as the other teammates, and he starts to doubt and question himself. He doubts and questions himself while the team had to face off against Mumbo Jumbo. I just have to remind people that Mumbo Jumbo is a Teen Titan villain. However, when his battery dies in battle, Cyborg ends up waking up to a man who is known only as Fix-It, who happens to want to help Cyborg. Oh, wait, did I say help? I apologize. Fix-It wants to turn Cyborg into an evil cyborg because Fix-It is goddamn evil. The sum of his parts is my favorite, or one of my favorite, Cyborg episodes that really seems to handle the character quite well, and also the dynamic of am I human or am I robot. While I can't talk much about the voice acting, Khary Payton as Cyborg really does shine here at really pulling off just how human and different that Cyborg can feel on a team of misfits. If you haven't checked out this episode by now, I highly recommend it because this is one of the best written episodes of Teen Titans that I've ever seen, and it will always hold a special place in my heart. Number 2. Only Human. The Titans do what they normally do, train every day to learn how to take down the evil forces of, well, evil. All is going great, except for, well, one Cyborg. While yes, indeed, Cyborg isn't more than human, he still has his human counterpart, and he's testing his own super strength, which happens to go not so good. Which of course, Robin has to go and check on his own teammate to see if he's okay, with Cyborg telling him that he can't push himself like he used to, especially back when he was a football player. Similar to the other episode, The Sum of His Parts, this episode happens to try to deal with how Cyborg views himself, human or machine, and which one is more capable. But of course, while being pissed off, Cyborg does what he loves doing the most, playing his own video games, and of course he's playing against a man only known as Atlas. However, it stopped becoming fun and games when Atlas actually turns out to be a real person, and because Cyborg beat him in the video game, he decides to take it out on Cyborg. Actually, I'm just kidding. He's actually challenging Cyborg to see who is stronger, the man made of all machine, or the half-man, half-robot monster. Only Human is a spectacular, great episode that was really well handled, and especially is my favorite Cyborg episode of all of Teen Titans. I should point out that while the voice cast is great, Keith David really does shine as Atlas, and he really does make a pretty impressive supervillain.
What's the matter? Running out of steam?
And similar to the sum of its parts, this episode really does shine, especially in the reign of Corey Payton behind the voice of Cyborg, and this episode is just fucking awesome. But there's one that's more awesome. And my number one favorite episode of Teen Titans is Winner Take All. I'd just like to point out before I get into this episode quick discussion that this was written by the late and great Dwayne McGuffey, so kudos on him, and this episode can be seen as a memory of the great Dwayne McGuffey. Off duty, the Titans are doing something I never thought I'd see them do, playing card games. Why? Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Was around and we have to capitalize on that. But while playing the card game, only the male Teen Titans end up vanishing. They end up disappearing to a game. A bunch of teenage male superheroes, more specifically the male superheroes, have to come together in order to take down the Master of Game voiced by the iconic and legendary Jim Cummins. This whole episode is a tournament fight episode. And I love tournament fighters, so I gotta say, this episode is just one of my favorites. It's a tournament fighter with the twist that the supervillain is behind the whole entire ordeal, which of course there is a supervillain behind the whole ordeal, but it's still my favorite episode of Teen Titans. This is hands down one of the most creative episodes of Teen Titans that I've ever seen, and I always go back and rewatch it when I can, especially since this is my all-time favorite episode of the series. With a terrific story written by the great Dwayne McGuffey and terrific voice acting and music all the way around, this really is an exciting episode that should be watched by anyone and everyone. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to tune in to my brand new Lazy Universe review tomorrow, and also check out Teen Titans if you haven't already. I discussed this in that review, or in that video that's going up tomorrow, or will be live tomorrow. But check out this series. It's very cheap on Amazon right now, only like $25 with shipping and handling. Just a damn great, impressive series, and above all, a really damn good series at that. It had a lot of great voice acting, great stories, and all of the episodes really do shine in their own unique way, and that is just my own top 10. Let me know what your top 10 favorite episodes are in the comments down below. I'm excited to hear them. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to join my team, to join my own Titans crew, and join me at my own Titan Tower. They're at Twitter in the description down below. Don't be a member of the Hive by disliking this video, or even leaving a hate comment in the description in the comment down below. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Join me next time on a Lazy Universe Top 10. But I've been Lazy Universe, I've been White and Nerdy. Keep geeking on, guys, and as always, take care and enjoy some Teen Titans.